Hi guys, I'm drinking a cup of tea here. You know, tea gives me the power for Kung Fu. Only joking. Welcome once again to another Kung Fu lesson with me, Wushu Richard Clark. I'm very happy to share tips with you, as I say. In this video we're going to look at some more Tiger techniques. And that's my application of Tiger techniques of various Kung Fu systems flowing into my own martial arts method for self-defensive combat. Let's look at the techniques. Wow, I do love tea. Wow. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to look at some more Tiger techniques right now. And basically, let's have a quick review, okay? In the last video, I showed you a technique where you're blocking across your body like this. When somebody goes to strike your body here, you're blocking over, while this hand, this palm comes straight through, striking to their chest or face, okay? Or to the chin. When you strike on the Tiger, you can strike straight forward like this, or you can turn it on the angle. There are different uses for this, such as the wrist, knowing how to hook like behind your hand. Sometimes you'll be like hooking here to catch. Sometimes you'll be going straight over, see, striking. Sometimes you'll be like twisting in with different kind of motions, okay? So in the last video, that's the movement I showed you. I showed you stepping forward and blocking, and then striking with the other hand simultaneously. One, then coming back. Two, notice when I come back and I step down, it's just like a basic Kung Fu where I would come back and go like that, repeating my balance, but it's like the Tiger too, you know, here. It's as though I'm clawing something down here, or I'm making sure I'm bending my legs, making it strong is the best way to do it. Turning either side, two, bang, see, to the angle there, bam, see, putting your whole core into it. See from here, circling there, from here, bam, okay. So that's a technique I showed you in the last video. Now, let's look at some more techniques. In this video, I'm going to show you a few different methods of how you can move your hands in different ways to block and strike in Tiger combat Kung Fu. But I do love a good cup of tea. I do love my tea. Or coffee. Definitely tea is the winner. Love it. Don't you? Let's go and do our Kung Fu now. Come on. You know, training Kung Fu is no joke. And the animal systems that were trained back in the day, I mean, from traditional Kung Fu, were like really, they influenced so many other martial arts systems too. And they were not joking around when people were inventing these styles and coming up with the techniques. Whatever style of animal Kung Fu you train, it could be the crane, okay, it could be the snake, it could be the leopard, it could be the tiger. It could be whatever kind of system you can imagine of an animal system, I'm saying. So many elements of the animal styles of Kung Fu really are useful. The actual flowingness, the people who studied the actual movements of animals and incorporated that into training were not playing around and saying, okay, let's act like animals, but rather they were looking at the actual way these animals were moving in terms of their physical agility, their bodily movement, and how they would fight and do things. And we learn from that, even though our human body may be slightly different, but we learn how to be more in tune with nature and the flow, and gain some powerful knowledge of how to the enemy when they're trying to attack you. Only joking, okay? But let's look at some serious techniques now. And I've finished my tea, damn it. Let's go and learn some more Tiger while we can. Okay, now in another video we previously did also look at one technique, which was crossing the arms out, like I said before, such as with punches. For example, it could be the basic karate punch, you know, when you're doing it all the Kung Fu way. When you've done that, you can circle your hand underneath like this and block out. Now notice when I'm doing this circular motion that I've got like one finger here. It's not to tell you, wait a minute before I crack some, you know what I mean. It's not about that at all. No, it's the Hong Kong Kung Fu training. You'll find this a lot. Okay, there are different kinds of tiger methods. The claw itself this way. Okay, the power in the wrist, knowing how to control dynamic tension. Also, this kind of arc, sometimes where they call it the tiger's jaw, whatever, where they're grabbing or learning for like grabbing and locking. So there's different kind of techniques. But I find that by doing this position here with the one, it takes some training, but tucking your fingers in this way and bringing this one finger there, you feel that dynamic tension, you feel the power. It's like slightly tense across your forearms and wrist. There's a lot of power. So when you're doing a circular block on your forearm, it works really well. I find when you're blocking someone as a swing punch, you can block very naturally, just simply block the normal tiger way, block, or you can, as I said, when somebody's coming to strike you full on, you can really circle that out. See, this could be here, and just cross that. See, you can do it smaller too. Here you can do it slightly larger. You can roll right over two and down. You can do two out this way, you see. It could be like opening up and striking, you see. So there's a lot of different techniques you can do. So when you're doing such a motion like this, punching, you can walk forward in a fighting style, just like in karate if you wish to. Bang! And step out, see. I might step forward, let's say, with my right foot and left punch into a fighting style. Bam, see. This might come underneath. I might turn to the side there, see, bam, or just here, see. Turn to the other side, just simply block and punch. I might even grab that hand and pull him in for a punch. I might just circle back out. I might just simply circle as I'm going, as I'm stepping back, alternating, see. So these are some circle kind of blocks you can do, crossing out from under the arm, under the elbow here. See, as I do that, I'm facing on the front, as I say, when I'm doing it for this technique. That's the technique you can do there. Okay, you can do it slightly higher, slightly smaller, lower. Okay, do two. Also, another one you can do is two over, by the way, two. One coming in, one coming out, and one coming in. You're just catching when someone comes to attack you. Block straight to the outside here. Bam! Straight into the palm strike if you wish to. Bam! Or mix them up even, like I told you before. For example, I might block out with this one, then I might go down and bam, strike in. So it might be quite confusing. It takes some practice, okay, but the one finger method here with this here, okay, that just brings a lot of tension I feel here and into the wrist as you're doing the motion. It's not to say I'm pointing or whatever, it's just a technique, okay, here. It might look funny, but it might take some training to do to get your hand in that position. But you can do it normally like that. This is the leopard claw, as I say, with a small gap here. The tiger claw is more like this. Okay, there's a lot of different training, but strengthening your fingers, you know, you need to do some exercise. Do this, do about 50 of those each day to 100 or whatever. Exercise your fingers, you know, and your wrists rotating when you can. You can just normally block like this too, okay, just like this. Or with the fingers more clasped. You'll find when they're more clasped, you're strengthening the tendons in your fingers here and all through your forearm as you're doing it. It's more tense, you see, whereas when you're open like this it's not so powerful. But the fingers and the tendons, all of that connected, see, as you're doing it, blocking here, outwardly, inwardly, down, whatever, opening up for a punch, you see, bam, as you're going in, as you're stepping back, alternating different kind of motions. You can put your body slightly on the side if you wish to, see, that one finger one. It's something to practice, you know. Here, on the side, see, launching, and then bam with your hip, and then back into that normal stance if you wish to, like that, normal fighting stance. So there's some Tiger Combat techniques. Learning to wash away, cross out, block down, strike in, you see. Punch, punch, here, here. Someone comes to attack me, I can simply block out, you see. I might even do that and just gut it there, bam in the gut. Cross that over, grab the arm, hook punch, whatever you see. You can use these techniques all there, see? Train hard and stay safe. More videos to come, and I'm going to have another cup of tea. Keep it real. Kung Fu training for life, yo. Martial arts for life in general.